Everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
I'm Sam Healy. Welcome back, folks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since, I was going to say it's a couple weeks since we did Board Game Breakfast Live, but we technically did Board Game Breakfast Live last week.
In front of a live studio audience.
All right, well, back to live with you guys, back to our normally produced schedule. We are off of Dice Tower Con, prepping for Gen Con at this point. I mean, it's just like, there's always a cycle. As soon as Gen Con's over, we're prepping for Dice Tower Retreat. And as soon as that's over, should I stop? Speaking of Dice Tower Retreat, it is about 7 weeks away, but there's still tickets left. I want to say like 30 or 40 or whatever. So if you'd like to come, we are consistently adding games to the library for this convention. And what we do is we bring the full library. There will be, I think, I want to say 5 games per person or something like that. Maybe more. Might be. Wow. At that point, it might be 8 or 9 games per person. There's a lot of games there.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and what's cool about the retreat is that we'll have all the hot games from Gen Con. We hope. We should get all.
Many of them. How about that?
Sure. So anyway, that's what's going on. That's what's coming up from us. This is our live thing. This is the only live thing we're doing today, although later on today you will see our top 5 annoying gamers that we recorded at Dice Tower Con.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we'll be back with a retrospective of the games and things we did at Dice Tower Con in Back Talk.
All right.
So let's get started with the news. Alrighty, so the news here. So there's some pretty cool stuff. We're getting close to Gen Con and things, so people are starting to announce different games that are coming out. And the first one is, for me, always one of the big announcements of the year, and that's the new Days of Wonder game. These are always a big deal when they're announced. And this one is Deep Blue. And I'm telling you,
that cover.
That is one of my favorite covers ever.
Wow, I love
That's a really cool cover.
That looks great.
Now, the designers of this, Daniel Peterson and Asghar Harding
Granarud.
I'm not sure what they've done before. I know I've played a game from Daniel Peterson. I feel like I have.
Okay, I don't know.
Anyway, it's a push-your-luck engine-building family game where players are diving for wealth.
Are those the two guys that did...
Well, I can search it right now.
I don't know.
No, the Combo Fighter. Aren't those the two guys that did Combo Fighter?
Well, we're about to find out. But
Oh, Sam says Combo Fighter.
well, they did Panic Mansion or Frog Riders. I looked up Daniel Peterson. 13 Days. Gold Fever and Iron Curtain. 13 Days, 13 Minutes. So that's one of the designers. But the new one, of course, is this game here, Deep Blue.
No, not the same guys.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a standalone game. I guess you have to say that nowadays.
Yeah.
Plastic boats, crew member cards. Again, I just like the whole push your luck aspect of it. The board looks good. This really brings back to me.
Wow.
This brings back to me. Oh, those cards look amazing too.
Yeah.
This really brings back to me their older games that they used to do. Pirates Cove and stuff. Feels like Days of Wonder is getting back to their roots. The other designer is one of the folks who designed Copenhagen, Flamme Rouge.
Yeah.
He also did 13 Days, so several different games there. So these guys are not new designers. They're not super well-known ones. Obviously, we did not know them very well. But A Tale of Pirates is a game I really like. So anyhow, this looks great. I'm super pumped about it.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Century Golem Eastern Mountains. You can pre-order this. This is not a Kickstarter or anything. This is from Emerson Matsuchi. It's a brand new game.
It's a brand new theme.
Right.
All right, so Century Spice Roads had a sequel called Century Eastern Wonders.
Yes.
And this is the same game, but now for the Golem Edition.
Yeah.
The thing was, Plan B really hinted strongly. I've been corrected. They did not say they would never do it. They just said they had no reason to ever do it.
Well, now they do.
They were wrong. They had a reason to do it.
So this to
Fans
me
were probably asking
proves
for
the
it.
third one will happen.
Yes.
They can't just do two.
No, it will happen. Yes, they said as much in the same announcement.
Really?
Yeah, it comes out
Um,
2020.
We talked to Emerson about this at the
Well, maybe he didn't know if he could say it or
Dice Tower
not.
thing.
Right?
Yeah, and he
Well,
was
in the
very,
same announcement, they said that this would come out this year, and the last one, 2020.
I tell you what, I kept Century East Spice Roads because I like the fact that the follow-ups were there. With this out, this one looks so much better.
Yeah,
Same thing with the first one, right?
No, I'm saying,
right.
I have them both now. I have the Gollum edition because if I'm just playing one, that's the one I show people because it looks so pretty.
Right.
But I kept the first one because it mixes with Eastern Wonders and
Yeah.
now a new world. But if this one's going to mix with it, I don't know if I need that other one. However,
Getting rid of the boring stuff.
it must be said this, and this is something people don't understand. While I love this one better, I think it looks fantastic, this one has sold maybe a tenth or less of the other one. Around the world, Spice Roads does better. It just does.
Right.
So sometimes we're like, wow, this one's clearly, obviously selling better. Not necessarily. If it was, I promise you it would have been out faster. Diamonds Are Forever. A new edition of Diamonds is coming out.
Wow. I
So-
hadn't heard about this.
The popular trick-taking game. Now, trick-taking games come out all the time, and they disappear that quickly. It is hard for a trick-taking game to find legs. Diamonds did well, I think, by being extremely basic. And it's
Very
also
pretty, also.
So in this, the diamonds actually don't mean the diamond suit. They're actually diamonds you collect. And then how you win the trick gives you bonuses and things like that. And you're trying to put these diamonds in a vault. I like it. There's a little mini expansion. The Thieves mini expansion will be thrown along in there. I never played with that mini expansion, so I don't know. It adds a rotating thief token and changes the suit action for clubs, which will allow you to take a diamond from the showroom of the player with a thief token in front of them. So a little bit more interaction. Anyway, if you never played this one, it's a really good
It is a
trick-taking
good
game.
trick-taking game. Yeah, it's nice to see it coming back.
All right, from Pegasus, we got a couple games coming out at Gen Con. New games, not really, but Tricky Druids and Crown of Amara. Crown of Amara was released at Essen, and when we did the Dice Area Retreat last year, this was the most played game there.
Yeah, it's an excellent Euro game, really.
But it's hard to get a hold of. I hunted down a second copy for the library, and that was a bit of a trick. Now, though, it won't be so much of a problem. We'll see it in a couple weeks. Tricky Druids is you're collecting ingredients to brew potions. This is a theme we've seen.
I'm assuming it's a
many,
trick-taking
many
game.
times.
If it's called Tricky Druids.
I don't think so. It says the twist is you don't collect them resources. You offer batches of ingredients rolled on the dice to other players. You can only keep them if the offer is refused. Useful ingredients go into potion, the rest go into trash, but if your trash gets overfilled, you lose all your ingredients and start over.
Okay.
The designer, Carlo Rossi, he has done,
Carlo Ross has done a bunch of stuff. Actually.
he has. You can see that we're really on the ball today knowing about designers. Quest for El Dorado, new edition has been announced, and this international edition, which is going to have artwork by Vincent Dutrait. Did the original one have Vincent Dutrait artwork?
I don't believe so.
So, great.
I know it didn't.
Okay, well, Vincent Dutrait plus a game everyone already likes. And they
Yeah.
said all the new expansions that are coming out for this will be compatible with this new edition.
So are they switching the artwork look of the game from here on out then?
I think so, but I think that any expansions can work with both.
Yeah, but they won't look the same. That is really...
Well, no. I don't think the back of the cards will change.
But the front...
It just means some of the cards in your deck are prettier than others.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like when they switch horses mid-race like this, and then I'm a stickler for that. I feel like I have to get the new one then.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And like retroactively...
But you don't.
I don't, but...
That's a cool idea, by the way.
What?
Have relay horse races where the riders have to switch horses mid-race.
Hello, Rabbit
like it.
Trail.
That
like
is
it.
amazing idea.
That's what the first expansion to El Dorado is actually about that.
There is Are You a Robot? This is coming from Looney Labs, a social deduction micro game. It's for 2 to 3 players. You get a card, And if, let's say it's a 3-player game, 2 people are humans, 1's a robot.
Okay.
You question each other, and then the game ends when 1 player either shoots the other or shakes hands. If a human shoots a human, you both lose, because you shouldn't be doing that.
Yes.
If the human shoots a robot, the human wins. If the robot shakes hands with a human, the robot wins because its hand never releases. We're shaking hands forever.
Oh, man.
Why does the robot have a ponytail? That's what I want to know.
Because it's awesome, and it's from Looney Labs.
Because they wanted to make him look like Andrew Looney.
Yeah.
Wanted to make
Although,
sure.
in that particular case, I'd be like, I know which one the robot is.
Right?
I feel like I know.
Having a hard time.
We're
choosing.
assuming he's much more humanoid than that image.
I'll tell you what, though. I do like the idea of this. I think I'm going to go snag one. I also like the 2 players, 2 minutes, $2.
That's cool.
It's just a funny
Yeah,
thing.
that's cool.
All right, Shards of Infinity has a new expansion, The Shadows of Salvation. It's basically it's going to add 118 new cards, a new hero, and a new faction. So that's a big deal with these kind of games, have that new faction with new mechanisms, and a cooperative branching campaign mode of play, where you'll work together in multiple boss battles. But the expansion doesn't look that big.
Huh.
That seems like a lot of content for the last expansion I liked, but it was very small. It just had a few things.
118 cards isn't necessarily small, but that really sounds like 2.0 almost.
But it's
quite
also
the
not.
change.
It's also not a standalone. Like
Right.
with Ascension, they continue to put them out as standalones.
Mm-hmm.
I think every Ascension can be played by itself. Even the small ones are 2-player games.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely, it says expansion pack on there.
Cool.
And there's some of the artwork from the game. I like the dog with the gun on its back.
It's pretty cool.
And that one guy at the bottom there is
Yeah.
really angry.
Currently, that dog's going to shoot himself in the head.
No. If you look at it more closely, the guns are on the side.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. I don't normally talk about Kickstarter news, but Jim Dietz is he used to run Jolly Roger Games.
Mm-hmm.
So he started a new company that's run. It is a not-for-profit game company.
Okay.
He told me it's the first ever. I didn't do research to see if it was or not. I wouldn't know. But it has a Kickstarter, The 3 Years of War, by Jay Little, who was a designer of X-Wing and many other games.
It's a cool cover.
It's a card drafting game.
And then there's a Ticket to Ride TV show coming out. Propagate is teaming up with Asmodee to make a TV show based on this. The television adaptation will be a winner-take-all travel competition series in which 5 teams take the journey of a lifetime as they seek to complete epic challenges and rack up the most miles by air, land, and sea. Also known as The Amazing Race.
Oh, this is going to be like
an actual show, not a scripted, dramatized show, but
I don't know.
reality TV.
It sounds like reality TV
It
from the
does.
thing.
Yes, it does.
I might be wrong on that, but it sure looks like
The
reality
Amazing
TV.
Ticket to Ride.
Well, I don't really mind because Amazing Race is probably my favorite reality
Yeah,
show.
it's fun, right?
But
All right, neat.
but it sounds different. This one has 5. Like maybe it's not. Who knows?
There's something Ticket to Ride TV coming out.
All right. Barron Park has an expansion, The Bad News Bears, which is, I don't know, it feels like a weird expansion title for the game called Barron Park, which I still don't understand why it wasn't called Bear Park to begin with.
Because it's awesome.
Germany.
Yeah.
So, right, but then that subtitle for this expansion doesn't make sense with the German
Bad
title.
News Baron.
Says if you ever felt that your bear park needed more bears and a better way of getting around the park to see them, then this expansion's for you. So there's 2 modules in here. There's going to be a monorail where you can go around the
3D
park, I guess. Yeah, well, that looks cool, right?
Ooh.
That is neat.
And
does
also
look
they're
good.
adding grizzly bears.
There were no grizzly bears in it before.
Well, there was polar
Polar
bears,
Brown,
brown bears.
Kodiak.
Those are the only 2 I remember. Was there panda bears? What are we laughing about? Whatever, that's the news. Let's go on to some of our contributors.
Kodiak.
Whatever.
Let's get ready to rumble, as this month's worth of Kickstarters will be entering the ring. Fan favorites could get crushed. Plucky newcomers will upset the balance. And there is one thing that is for certain. Your wallet will be weeping. So let's start off this bloodbath with Super Fantasy Brawl by Mythic Games, the leader in all things giant and really freaking cool looking, who are not only bringing you this epic fantasy-based music video we're watching right now, but also a PvP style board game for 2 to 4 managers looking to play ability cards, use strategic movements, and smash faces for 30 to 40 minutes, as players will be recruiting characters to defend their honor. Now this box full of epic shenanigans starts at $49. And speaking of boxes full of epic shenanigans, this company Next pretty much rolled up all of the board game internet into one game with the Isle of Cats by the City of Games, which is for 2 to 4 or 6 cat-obsessed sea lovers that need more tile-laying polyominoes in their life, guys, as players will be utilizing their fish to lure cats onto their boats while trying to maximize the boat's space and keep those kitties happy without the use of paper bags for about 60 to 90 minutes. In this puzzle-style set collection game that starts at $63. Now, if cat herding isn't unruly enough for you, then maybe you'd like Untamed Feral Factions by Grumpy Owl Games that lets 2 to 3 commanders build decks from 3 different factions and then battle their opponents for 20 to 30 minutes in this drafting hand management game that costs $18. And lastly, we have Darwinauts by Green Couch Games, who brings my healthy fears of alternate dimensional beings to rest, as 2 to 4 scientists will be traversing portals to lay tiles, collect data on cute new animal species, and then collapse that tile area they created for 30 to 45 minutes. In this super positive outlook on dimensional travel that has a base price of $39, however, does not alleviate the fact that I now want an alternate reality dimensional beings Jurassic Park mashup to happen, so let's make that work, guys. Thanks so much for watching this week, guys. If you want to know more about any of the Kickstarters that you saw here today, then make sure to join me at gloryhound.com as we talk about all these Kickstarters in depth and if we would back them or not on Friday at noon Mountain Standard Time. And for everybody who is releasing their game between now and Gen Con, I have to say, may the odds be ever in your favor.
War game. Euro game. We gotta choose, right? No, we don't have to choose. We can play both. One is super fun and the other one is
Hey everybody, we are going to cut Daniel off very briefly here. For some reason, we're having some technical problems here in the studio, and the segments from last time were in the way. So we're working on that. When we do things live, sometimes it's hard to switch them out, but we'll see what we can do. Meanwhile, Sam's going to talk about something, some player stereotypes.
Flashpoint gamer.
That's right, the Flashpoint gamer. Now I'm hoping that you guys will know this whole idea of the Flash and Flashpoint.
Like Flash, that Flash?
No, that's Flash Gordon.
He's come to deliver us.
No, although kinda, that's strange that Flash was trying to save
Flashpoint
and
is
help
one of the
people.
biggest. Well, it's actually the only
Nerd
big
it up,
story
man.
that the
Go
Flash
ahead.
has that I know
Nerd
of.
it up. Let
No,
us
I'm
know.
done. I'm not DC. That's about
You
all
just
I
said
know.
Flashpoint is the biggest, and then you stopped. It's not the end of a sentence. Finish.
You were interrupting.
Nope. I promise I won't.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
The Flashpoint gamer is that person who, when it becomes their turn, they basically say, okay, your turn. And it's the next person's turn. Not because they're passing, but because they did everything on their turn so fast that it went like that, and now you have no idea what they did because they did their turn so quickly, and now you kind of want them to tell you what they did.
Recap.
Yeah, give me a recap. What did you just do? Now, we joke about this, but Jason does this a lot. And I don't base everything that I do off of what Jason does. Don't get me wrong.
Good.
It's just
That'd be a poor life if that's what you were doing.
He fits
Sad.
into a lot of these different categories. But usually this happens because the person is seeing the game so well, or they've already thought so many turns ahead, they know exactly what they have to do to get there 4 turns in the future. And so they do it ba 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 ba. And when you screw up what they want to do, It blows their mind. But the flashpoint gamer is that person that just goes too fast on their turn, to where you have to stop the game and basically, okay, tell me what you just did so we know what's going on.
I love it.
That's the flashpoint gamer.
Okay, so for me, this bothers me. This is one of my least bothersome opponents.
Yeah.
Because I'd
don't.
way rather have this than the AP guy.
Yes, I completely understand that, but this is slightly annoying.
Sometimes I find it more annoying when they move your pieces. Or for example, I put a tile down. They're like 17 points. I'm like, wait, huh? Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah.
Did you?
I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. That I don't
Although
like.
I am guilty of that. If you do something, I'm like, I'm keeping the game moving. That scores you 5 points. That way you don't have to calculate it. I helped you out.
Nope, never touch my scoring token.
No.
I don't care.
Don't say that.
No, actually,
The
I think this.
flashpoint murder is about to happen.
No, this is again. I don't know. I mean, it finds a little
has
annoying.
It happened to you though? This
Jason does it for sure.
he does.
he
I don't
does it
play
a-
with Jason,
he
so I
does it
wouldn't
a
know.
lot.
I avoid
And I
that,
played
man.
against some other people who do this. I played some games at Dominion where I like take my turn and then it's like it's your turn again. I'm like, wait, what?
Yes.
I hate when I feel like the slowest player at the table.
Yes.
Because I'm usually not.
In Jason's defense, he will willingly show you what he just did. It's not like he's trying to hide anything from you. And I don't think the flashpoint gamer is trying to hide anything from people.
No, that's different. That's the cheater.
Yes. But it feels like they're cheating because they went so fast, and you automatically think, I want to see what they did to make sure that they did it right and that they didn't
might
cut any
be
corners.
cheating.
Because they might be cheating, right?
Actually-
that's what it feels like, and that's why it's annoying to me.
Chad says Flashpoint gamers are terrible at scythe because you do your actions so quickly. As
And
the next person,
a lot of other people-
But I need to do the bottom action. Might
Yes,
work off my
right.
recruits.
Right.
Or this can also be a problem in a game where you can play an interrupt card.
Oh yes, big time.
And I'm like, what? They're like, I've already done my turn. Too late. Like, well, you gotta like pause and give
Yeah.
me a chance to
Right.
stop this or to do a
Yeah.
react or to do a follow or whatever. If the game has interaction at all, this is no good. In a Euro game, great, take your turn. Didn't affect me anyway. Never
Right.
will.
Joan of Arc actually has actions that you can interrupt in between other people's actions, but the rules specifically state that you have to finish one action, let people know that you finished that action before you move on to your next one so that people have a chance to play that.
Ah.
So it's one of those things, but yeah, Flashpoint gamers, they're not incredibly annoying. They're amusing to me more often than not because
They're moving. You're like, whoa, man.
yeah, exactly.
But you're right that it is a lot of it is based on the game is what makes this being that way a problem. It's not so much about the personality doing it.
Yes.
It's the combination of that person's behavior with a game that does not want to jive with that.
That's
The
correct.
Scythe is a good one. Interrupts. Yeah.
But let's get serious here for me.
Uh-oh.
And
Here
no,
we
but
go.
I know that when I play people who are really slow at games, it bugs me. It's very clear. You can watch later today. I'm not spoiling, but top 5 annoying gamers. But I know that those people also get frustrated at me because I'm faster than they are. I do my turns quickly, and I'm kind of like, let's get it done. So am I portraying that same thing when someone's faster than me? I'm like, man.
So what I'm hearing is you're just annoyed with anybody you play with unless they're basically you.
That's not what I said. I'm saying that
That's not what he said.
I'm saying that if I feel annoyed at someone who moves super fast and I didn't know what's going on and I'm trying to catch up, that's how other people who are moving slower in
toward
games
you.
than me towards me, and so that needs to make me think you still need to move faster in your turn.
Or
But
maybe you need to move slower.
no, that's not the solution. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I do think it's important that people can see what you do.
Taste of your own medicine might be actually the answer to that. If somebody's taking a long time and really having a lot of analysis paralysis, maybe when it's your turn, you're just like,
Like if somebody talks too fast, don't you usually ask them to slow down?
nope. Not unless I want to get punched in the face.
I don't
You
know if I've
do.
ever asked someone to slow down when
I
they're
have
talking.
definitely.
Slow your roll. I've said
It's
that.
usually it's Northerners that speak too fast.
You part of the
Now I
country
know
is
Southerners talk too slow.
Well, where's the
Unless
happy
they're preaching.
medium?
True.
Something preaching like this. Amen. Yes. And auctioneers, they talk too fast. I have no idea what they're saying.
I want to stand up at an auction and be like, can you slow it down?
Sir, I can't understand what you're saying. Could
I
you
want to
please slow
bid
down?
on some things, but I have a little analysis paralysis.
And then he starts using the auctioneer's voice to talk to you.
Yeah.
Sir, you need to sit down. You need to sit down right now.
Sit down in your chair. Sit down.
All right, we're getting off topic here. Do we have the right news in?
That one's going to take a lot of load. I can go to the next clip if you want to.
All right, we'll go to the next clip then.
Howdy folks, welcome to By the Numbers. My name is Hunter Thomason from the Family Showdown. This week's topic, those poor Kiwis and Aussies. The whole Family Showdown recently returned to a trip to lovely New Zealand and Australia. And we saw many wonderful things, but one thing we did not see that was wonderful was the sticker shock of board game prices. So we stopped into a friendly local game store and we saw games for sale. We even saw Wingspan. First, I was shocked that it was available to purchase. Second, I was shocked at the price. $99.90. But I quickly realized that's New Zealand dollars. It's got to be like 30, 40 bucks, right? Maybe 50? No. $99.90 of New Zealand dollars equates to about 67 US dollars. Crazy. But is that good, bad, indifferent? The suggested retail price is 55 US dollars. And if you're like me and purchase things online mostly, that game is $39.99 in USD on Cool Stuff in stock. So that 67 US dollars price tag is a 22% markup on the Stonemaier Games $55 price tag and a whopping 68% markup over the Cool Stuff price. So maybe one of you Kiwis or Aussies out there can explain to me what is going on here. I don't understand. What's happening with these prices? Educate me. See you next time.
Hi folks, my name is Andy and welcome to Portable Gaming, the show about games which are fun to play in pubs and cafes. So today I want to talk to you about the fantastic two-player game Hanamikoji. In Hanamikoji, you and your opponent are trying to win the favour of these geishas in the centre of the table. There are 7 geishas all worth different points. You win the game if you can attract 4 of them, or you can attract enough of them to score 11 points. And what makes this game really interesting is its very clever little action selection mechanism. On your turn, you have one of 4 options available to you. You can discard cards to take them out of play. You can hide cards face down for scoring later. And or you can play 2 sets of I Cut You Choose, where you set out the cards and your opponent will take some, you get the rest, and you'll play them against the geishas on the table. And this is fantastic. It is so clever. Because with all these different action selections in the I Cut You Choose, you can be doing things like taking cards out of circulation and trying to trick your opponent into taking those cards and taking cards from you that they think are going to win them the game, but they're not, because you know there isn't enough cards to win. And honestly, it's so elegant, it's so simple, and yet so deep. There are so much tactic. If you play this with someone who you really know, you play with a lot, it's a really interesting game because you're doing so much to try and outthink and outwit your opponent. And it's just so good. And I mean, it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous game. The artwork is fantastic. And it is quite a small form factor. As you can see, it fits all quite nice on a mat here, although I will admit the oversized art cards, while really nice, if we're a bit smaller, would mean it would fit a lot nicer and we need a slightly smaller box. But it does play well in pubs. We first played this, funny enough, in a pub, in an old man pub where no one was expecting us to be there or play this kind of game, and it mystified a lot of the regulars, and that was a lot of fun itself. I think they asked, is it like Snap? No, it is not like Snap. Anyway, I can't recommend this enough. This is a fantastic game. I highly recommend it. That's Hanamikoji. Anyway, thanks folks. I've been Andy, and to your round.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to 10 for 10. We're gonna mix it up today, fellas. I got here 10 cards. The cards have on the front a number between 10 points, that's good, and 1. 1 point is bad. All
Well,
right.
1 point's better than no points.
No, not in this game because nothing is no points. All right, so we're gonna shuffle these
So
up.
1 is 0.
One is basically
Negative.
0. Yeah, sure, I guess. These are the 10 most populated countries in the world.
Woo! And then number 1.
10 most
Wait.
populated countries in the world.
That is correct.
So populous countries. Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Populated, populous countries.
I gotta close this site.
And we are going to, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, like so.
Brazil, Japan, China, Indonesia,
Ooh,
Pakistan.
you can only unlock one by unlocking the others?
Oh, there's more. All right, so that is what we're looking at. There are the names, okay?
Okay.
The first thing we need to do is you guys need to rock, paper, scissors into who a start player is. I actually should have picked one before I laid out the pyramid.
All right, ready?
Kalibo.
All right. So Tom, you're going to be first, and on your turn, you are going to pick one of the ones that is revealed, meaning no cards on top of it, and you are going to either keep it or give it to the other player. Each of you will get 5 cards, okay? So if someone takes a card and the other player gives them one and they take one, so if somebody gets to 5 before the other player, the rest of them are just the other players, okay?
Got it.
You will each get 5.
Okay.
Okay? Your score is going to be the numbers on the backs of these. The most populous country has a 10 on the back, and so on down the line. However, before the end of the game, I'm going to give you a chance for 5 bonus points if, before you reveal them, you can sort the most populous to least populous in your 5.
Oh, okay.
So Tom, you're first. Pick one and then either keep it or give it to Sam.
I'll pick Nigeria, and I will give it to Sam.
All right, don't
The
flip
generosity of my heart.
it. There you go, Sam. Just keep it right there. And
Now-
it's your turn.
Now,
The
redo
most
the
populous
process.
has a 10 on it, right?
Yes, correct. That's the one you want.
What's the one
I
that is-
thought about doing most populous is the 1 because it's the number 1, and then your score is actually the least
Ooh,
score is
that would be-
better.
Well,
But
no, but you could have made the 10 the most valuable. That'd have been tricky.
no, just bigger is better. And
Bigger is not always better.
Bigger's
Taller
better.
is better.
taller is skinnier.
They're tricksy.
So you pick only one of these 3. This also reduces AP, for Sam. And you can keep it or give it to Tom. Keeping it?
Yeah.
All right, Tom, these are
I
your
would
3
have
choices.
gladly taken it.
U.S., Indonesia, and Russia are your 3 choices.
I'm gonna take Indonesia and keep it.
Don't show it.
Oh, sorry, I was not. I was keeping it. Sorry.
I didn't
Okay, you're
see it.
keeping it. Tom, sorry, Sam, United States or Russia?
Choose Cold War.
This looks like a battle plan. And again, you can keep it or give it away. Okay, you're keeping it, Tom?
I'll keep China.
Yeah. You really should have taken that and either kept it or given it to him, but
Yeah, I know, but
Oops.
I can still.
you done messed up, is what I'm saying.
You don't know China's in the top.
Aaron.
I was
done
just there.
messed
There was
up.
hardly anyone in that country.
It's one of the middle countries.
Woo! I got the United States.
All right, Tom, go ahead.
Ooh, this
You got
is.
Japan and Bangladesh.
I'm gonna take Japan and keep it.
Okay, Sam. Don't forget, if you take Bangladesh and give it to him, the other 2 are yours. You will only get to 5.
Do you know the population of Bangladesh in the remotest?
No, I don't.
It's in the top 10.
Oh, these
not-
are the top 10.
These
period.
are the top 10, guys.
That
Okay,
probably
there we
wasn't
go. All right, so now, before you flip these, I'd like you to arrange them from the most population to the least population. Then we're going to reveal them, and unless the numbers consistently drop, you got that wrong. If you get it wrong, you get no bonus points. If you get it right, 5 bonus points. And then you'll add up your numbers, possibly the bonus. Highest score is the winner. I'm proud of both of you before we start. No matter what.
Everyone is a winner.
Except for the one with the lowest score.
I'm gonna put mine out here so people can see. them
Okay,
here.
China, you're saying, has a lot of people in it.
That's my number 1. Then U.S.
Okay,
Then Indonesia. Although I
Okay.
really debated putting Indonesia as number
Okay.
2 there. Japan
okay.
and Bangladesh, which I'm gonna move slightly up. Oh wait, what? The camera moved. That is amazing.
Bangladesh. Okay, Sam, what about
I
you?
don't know, man.
Come on, I believe in you.
I don't believe in myself. All right, I'm gonna go with India,
Okay,
Nigeria,
okay. Russia after that. I believe in you.
I'm glad somebody does.
Brazil. Pakistan. Who wants to reveal their line first?
I think let's reveal the first two. I'm wondering if India is bigger than China. It's close. I know it's really, really close.
Well, you were definitely right, Tom. China's
10?
the biggest. And India would be the second biggest. So good job so far.
But I tell you this, I think India is close to passing China. It's really close.
Yeah. Well, this data might be, it's like 2018 data maybe.
So what?
All right, so next up.
I'm so scared.
Obviously your numbers are dropping. That does not look very
It could
promising.
be 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
It could be, and you get the bonus 5. You're in trouble anyway at that point. And then your next one, Tom, is number 8, which is the absolute best it could be, seeing as how the 9's over here. Good job.
Huh?
You're doing fine.
USA is the 3rd biggest in the world?
That's right, baby. Next up.
You're still doing it, Sam?
You're still doing okay.
I'm not
But
gonna make it.
unfortunately, Russia is
Indonesia's number 7. I say it.
Oh, it's some crushery happening.
I'm done.
Not
Next
really.
up. There we go. So the bonus is gone for you.
But he still gets the 6.
He still gets all of it, but the bonus 5 is gone. And Tom,
Oh,
Tom's bonus just buzzed as well. However, your scores are the totals that you have. Go ahead and add those up.
13,
Oh,
15,
nosers!
26.
What do you got, Tom?
Well, 18, 25, 26, 29.
And you got 26?
I think so. 9, 4 is 13, 15, 21, 26.
26,
pretty close.
29.
What was the lowest here? Japan? This one is amazing. Indonesia is not that big
Right.
landmass. Has a lot of people that live
Japan
Isn't
is
it a
definitely
bunch
not
of-
that big, and is the 10th most populated country in the world. In the world. So yeah, if you had switched these two, you would have got another 5 points. But that's okay. You still squeaked out a win.
Cheers.
There
there.
you go.
Squeaker!
There you go, guys. That's our 10 for 10 game. I'm going to bring you next time another top 10 list of something, and we're going to do it again.
I liked it that way. That was a fun way to do it.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Let's keep on trucking.
We are a fan of Fidel Luceda games. One that I'll talk about today is the Gallerist, coming up. Hi, it's Stella from Maple University. Hope your week's been well. The Gallerist, as with other Luceda's games, is an awesome, complex game. Quite heavy on rules and even heavier on strategy. Game has a lot of icons, but once you are used to it, the icons are not too bad. When you're planning to play this game, please do allow a few hours to play, because the kick out action is very interesting but takes a little bit of time in this game. You need to have the resource to be able to do that extra action when another player visits the space that you previously done. Money is pretty hard at the start. You gotta try to sell your artwork to trade to get more money or activate bonus, then it is a little bit easier after that. Having visitors in your gallery is very useful to gain money or influence. Having visitors in your lobby is good for later in the game, or maybe midway game, when you start to collect tiles for endgame bonus and activate the certain bonus on your playboard. Objective cards are great, whether you want to focus on selling, displaying artwork, or both. Game comes with good rulebook, very helpful player reference card. This is probably my favorite piece of the game. It reminds you what certain resources are for and how to get them. I think I might be lost without that reference card. There might be a bit of a learning curve at the start of the game, but it is a very enjoyable game. Not much of randomness in the game, except for the contract cards perhaps, but even that, you can deal out more cards before choosing the contract. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my segment, please consider checking out Maple University on YouTube. On our channel, we do a lot of overview, how to play, playthrough, review, and vlog. See you next time.
Hey guys, it's Nick and I'm back for another Mental Health Minute, back from vacation. I've been in Nashville, Tennessee for the past week, and I went to this awesome board game cafe with the person I was with, and there were games everywhere of any type you could find. It was actually very impressive. And when I was looking, I kept coming back with games like Ticket to Ride, Hive, Pandemic, Dominion, games that I wouldn't normally take off the shelf on a regular basis. For the most part, look at the types of games I'm running with. I need a lot of thinking and intensity to keep my brain moving and keep my thoughts in a constant motion. And I do that because of that exact reason. However, sometimes I'm on vacation, so I was like, you know what, let's just sit back, have a nice drink, sit down, play an easy game, easy difficulty-wise, and just get into it. And we were talking, we were laughing, we were just talking about random things and really getting into it. And it was fun because it was so simple and down to earth. And I was already in an area I wasn't familiar with, so there was some stress involved, but I got there and I just felt good, and my brain rested while still working. And that's a very hard level to reach. But I guess that's what board games do for a lot of us. Have you ever been to a board game cafe and played games? Do you go to the hard level or the quiet level because, you know, the atmosphere? And what types of games do you play that are just kind of relaxing, easy, not too difficult, not too stressful, that get you in the mood to play games? Do enjoy your breakfast.
Wow.
Ah!
I'm ready.
I'm scared.
All right, here's a box for our unboxing. I'm not going to do it from there.
And I'm going to sheathe part of that because you don't need it.
Really?
Are we open it from the bottom?
Yes.
Well, that's so we can't see
So
the
we
label.
can't see the label.
And we're expose our address to the world.
Hide the label.
La Belle.
La Bella Luna.
Ooh, that sounds like the pretty moon.
That's right.
Was that correct?
It's Italian. I don't know if that's right.
Oh, I can see something.
A game emerges. What is it?
Yippee-ki-yay. I wonder if it's a Christmas game. No, it's not!
Oh, Die Hard, the Nagatomi
There's
Heist.
another one in there, yeah.
Astro
Trash.
It's like Ameritrash, but space.
And
Something Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, Hogwarts.
The Hogwarts Battle Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Oh, so it's a two-player only version.
Competitive deck building game.
oh, it's competitive.
Oh, that is
That's
something
a very,
else.
very
That's
different
something
thing.
else.
Oh, it's competitive.
Is this from the OP or the OP?
This is from
It says the OP on it now.
the OP.
It always said that, man.
Ocean Pacific. They're
That
moving
is-
from clothing.
No, that's their
Into
new.
board-
Remind me to ask them at Gen Con.
Why?
No, not why, but how you say it.
Yeah, is it the OP or the OP?
Man, it's the
I think
OP,
they should have changed
yo.
it to the OG,
That's right, the OG, yo.
the original
All right,
gamers.
so we have Astro Trash here.
Wait, it's one rule?
It looks like it.
Get rid of all the trash on your planet.
Done.
Because
The sun is coming.
Son?
These are awesome.
Oh, those are cool, man.
wait, is that the trash?
It's snack talk after all.
No! Don't do it!
But look,
Uh-huh.
look at these. They're fishies. You're supposed to eat these. Look.
What are fish?
Simultaneously,
Yeah, those are fishies.
we're gonna roll 3 dice. And
Which look like this.
okay, so this is LCR, speed LCR. No,
Are you? Yeah, there's L's and.
so you're gonna
no,
roll
there aren't.
3
There's
dice, and
ones-
it tells you
There
R's.
are.
Yeah.
you have
L's,
a
R's.
number die,
Yes.
a letter die,
Right.
and a color die.
Right.
Roll those.
Can do, boss.
That means pass 1 piece of green trash to the person on your left.
Oh, and you're trying to get rid of all your trash. What? No, not Astro Trash. See, here it is.
Wait a minute, is this that's literally LCR, right?
Yes.
With trash.
Yes, Astro Trash.
Wait, hang on, maybe I'm reading something wrong. Everyone rolls their dice at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you move it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get your dice and roll again and keep going until someone gets rid of all their trash and shouts clean.
Stop. It's okay.
And then if you do that, you get a trash trophy. Reset. First person to 3 trash trophies. This is LCR.
Is this a trash trophy?
No, these are the trash trophies, I believe.
Oh, those are these are trashes.
That's trash.
Not every game can be good.
Wow.
There has to be some bad ones.
I'll
in
play
there.
as my kids, see if they like it. It looks good, though. That's
No,
the thing.
the
The
components
bits are amazing, man.
Components are amazing, man.
Oh,
But yeah.
it might be good now. I remember when I played LCR back in the day, it was bad. Maybe now it's good. Maybe.
All right.
What else we got?
Die Hard.
The Nakatomi Heist board game.
Now,
If
here's
you
what I
read the
think.
rules for this and you go, wait, this is just Yahtzee, then I'm out. That's it.
Here's what I think about this one, though. It's interesting. It looks like they got the rights to the movie,
Yes.
but not actually any of the characters or the
Well,
actors.
the likenesses they don't have the rights to. Which
And
is a very
also, the
common
front of the
thing.
box is a spoiler.
If you are worried about spoilers for Die Hard,
I sure hope. Oh, the colors are red and green. Woo!
Nope, there's blue in it too.
That's also Christmassy. Red and green with a battering
It's
of blue
wintry.
is Christmas.
I will say that this is a winter movie. That's fine.
and what do you think about when you think winter?
It's cold outside.
Maybe decking the halls?
He's gonna deck something.
Decking
I don't wanna-
something, yeah, maybe.
That'd be
All
funny.
right, so
I'm gonna
that's the
deck the,
rule book.
halls. Oh, hi, Janet and Earl Hall.
There's only one
Come on
player
in.
board, and it's John McClane.
No, one person is John McClane and everyone
Yes.
else is the bad guys.
Ooh.
Oh, it comes with a little carrying tote.
I want to be that the one guy who can hack a computer or whatever.
That's a question we should bring up sometime. Like when there is multiple people who want to be the one guy, how do you determine that?
Decking the halls. I don't know. That's a kind of a funky shape for the board, like the isometric nature of it.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Kinda
put something
neat.
in that top corner.
Plus, I really think they have their tongue firmly planted in cheek using all of these red and green colors. That's really
No, maybe. Well, I think
It
Going
must
the
mean
nth
something
degree.
for the game.
maybe.
Oh, that's cool.
I feel like. Oh man, this is. I like the two-sided boards. Oh, third and fourth floor.
Yeah.
Oh no, and the roof.
Yeah.
Where's the limo?
30th floor here, 33rd floor and roof, and then on this side it is 31st floor.
Is that Carl there in the
Act
front?
1, Act 2, and then Act 3 and Act 4.
Is that Carl? I can't tell. And the FBI agent looks like.
I have no idea. This is a police officer here
Is those his name, Carl?
because he has the chevrons on his
Probably,
shoulder.
that's probably him, right?
He ate Twinkies. I remember that, right? He
did.
He liked Twinkies.
This look.
I want to be the guy who gives John McClane a gun.
No,
He's like, ho, 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 now I've got a gun. I want to be the guy who gave it to him.
has little miniatures in here. That's
I don't think
kinda
that
cool.
guy makes it.
Look, this is one of those games that I'm really hoping is good.
Yeah, of course.
Oof. Dead. No,
Dead?
this is neat looking. It's a weird theme, I'll give it that.
You think so?
Yeah, like, I mean, it is kind of strange to publish a board game based on a movie that's that old, is all I'm saying. But hey, you know, they've done it
Yeah,
for
but
Jaws.
it's a
There's
movie.
Jaws movie coming out now.
Yeah.
And,
Huh?
I mean, a game.
You said they couldn't use the likenesses, but that's pretty close.
That is legally distinct from.
Hey, and here's the. Now I have a machine gun.
Yes, that's it. That's me.
That's you. That's the guy who you are.
That's me. That's who I want to play. Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun.
This is just a bunch of workstations.
And look at this guy.
So these are locked
Huh?
cards.
Look at that guy. I am an exceptional thief, Mrs. McClane. Yes, I am
Can
also
someone-
Snape.
Okay, so the art.
Potter.
So if you're wondering, is this a family-friendly game? Kind of. They are bleeping out a few of the letters.
So,
So
no.
that there's no possible way when I look at that I know what that means.
Right.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, they have to do. It's a grown-up movie. No kid is watching that film and then being like, "Ooh, I want to play the board game based on that."
I'm just saying,
film."
when you delete 3 letters, that means nothing.
You might as well just go do it. Just
Right.
just do the whole thing, or don't do it at all.
It's kind of like when I read like
Well,
or I see
there's-
something and or like I'll watch a TV show and they're saying the word and they bleep out.
Just enough
They-
to.
They don't even bleep out like the F,
Yeah.
just like the
You
end of
hear
it or whatever.
most
And I'm
of
like,
it,
what was the point of bleeping that out?
Right. Right.
All right, we're getting totally off word. Okay.
Nah,
Someone
man.
said I'll wait for the deluxe version where they use a fourth color for the artwork. Actually, I'm pumped about this. I hope this is
neat,
good.
Man. I like the look of it a lot.
The other one, Astro Trash, not quite so excited about. And Harry Potter, we'll have to check this one out. A 2-player competitive deck building game. That's intriguing. It says it's inspired by Harry Potter's Hogwarts Battle, but none of the content is designed to be incorporated in that game. So it is not an expansion for the other game.
Okay. Plus, that game was cooperative.
Sure, but I think that they have to say that because how many people you think might buy this and be like, ooh, they give it to their...
100%.
So, and it says competitive on the front, so I feel like they're safe here. We'll see.
Neat.
Alrighty. Well, that's our boring live unboxing, surprise unboxing. Let's go to some more contributors, including the news.
Hello, and welcome back to Retro Board Game Corner. Here I have Tugboat, published in 1974 by Parker Brothers. This is a 2-player game in which you're racing to get cargo from one end of the board to the other first. Let me set this up and show you how it works. So this is what the game board will look like set up. You're going to have the red cargo over here, yellow cargo over here, a barge for the yellow player, a barge for the red player, and the tugboat starts right here in the middle. This steel ball is going to work as the timer in the game. So at the beginning of every player's turn, they're going to start the timer by giving the ball a little nudge, and it's going to start going down the track. And then you will take the tugboat and very carefully maneuver around these buoys to your barge, load up a cargo, and attempt to push the barge all the way to the other end of the playing field before the steel ball comes here or before they touch one of these metal pieces, just like that. Okay, so if one of those things happen, you will reset the ball, and then the other player will leave everything where it's at, and then the other player will go ahead and start the ball, and then they'll have to move the tugboat all the way around to their playing piece and load up a cargo and push it to the other end of the playing field. So the object of the game is to get all 4 of the cargoes crisscrossing the playing field. The first person that does that wins the game. Unfortunately, this game didn't last very long on the store shelves before the company pulled it off because kids were getting a slight shock when the metal pieces touched each other. So once again, thanks 1974. Well, that's all the time I have for now. If you have a comment below, or you can tweet them to me at RetroBoardGamer. And as always, may your rolls be high.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm going to tell you why it's important to do things that maybe are outside your comfort zone and are worth the effort, like climbing to a hut up a mountain. Well, while that's pretty awesome, getting a game night sorted is also awesome, and that's what I've done recently. Now, for a while I've had some guys and girls play games at lunch. They've enjoyed the quickness, they've enjoyed the newness of them, but I hadn't until recently sort of plucked up the courage to say, let's do a night. So what I did was I worked out how much it was going to cost everyone. I planned that we all went out for a meal beforehand, and so I made a whole evening of it and said, right, this is the plan, guys, who would be interested? So we went to a pizza place that just happened to be right next door to the board game cafe. That worked really well because it meant everyone just started chatting, de-stressed after work, and was ready to play some games afterwards. It also meant no one was trying to leave or wanting to leave early for food and stuff like that. So we had food, we de-stressed, de-worked, and then we went and played some games, and it was a really good evening, to the extent that at least a few of them have already said, when's the next one? Now that's like the ultimate dream, isn't it? So all I'm saying is it's worth taking that step. If it's that first step, sort of bring a couple of games in and sort of say, oh look, do you want to play a game of this at lunch? It will take 25 minutes, it will take however long it's going to be. Be honest with them, tell them how long that's going to be, how much that evening's going to cost them, and some might say yes. So anyway, hopefully, good luck if you set up a board game evening, and I'm Oliver East, signing out.
Hello, we're Board Game Opinions. I'm Jonathan. Steve.
Amy.
Mark.
And this is our speed quiz where contestants are attempting to guess as many games as they can within a certain category, and today's category is bluffing games. Now, I've taken anything from the top 350 games on Board Game Geek that's classed technically as a bluffing game in some way, and there are 23 possibilities that they could have. We're getting 2 points if it's a game I've not played, or and 1 point if it's a game I have played. And we're going to start with Amy. Off you go.
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes.
Cosmic Encounter.
Yes.
Avalon. Resistance Avalon.
No, it's not.
Masquerade.
No.
One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
Yes.
Coup.
No.
Cockroach Poker.
No, definitely not.
Tragedy Looper.
No.
Werewords.
Oh, I've just spotted. It's The Resistance Avalon. I've got it in alphabetical order, so I missed it out. You did get that one. Werewords is not, though.
Ooh.
I'll open it
Secret
up to
Hitler.
the floor if we're struggling. Yes.
Hail Hydra.
No.
Can I have The Resistance?
You can. That is a separate entry.
Can I have One Night Revolution?
No.
The Werewolves and Miller's Hollow.
Oh,
No.
just Werewolf.
No.
Mafia?
Oh, Mafia de
or
Cuba.
no.
Mafia de Cuba.
No.
Lies Dice. Peruda.
No.
Coyote.
No. We're running out of time.
I'm struggling at these.
Yeah. And that's time. All right, give us a second to tot up the scores, and we'll see how they did. All right, so Steve got 2 points, Amy got 1 point, but Mark got 3 points and is our winner this week. Other games you could have had were Android Netrunner, Battlestar Galactica, Dead of Winter, Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. Got that one.
Yeah.
Letters from Whitechapel, Lord of the Rings Confrontation, Rising Sun. Did you get any that they missed? Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, fellow gamers. I know most of you are getting back from Dice Tower Con, which I personally did not get to attend, but I did get to live vicariously through all of you guys and your pictures on the internet, which I loved. I mean, I did have the tiniest bit of FOMO, like really, really tiny, like a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So like, that's kind of cute, right? It's like he's pointing at me. It's like I'm actually there. Oh, and look at that. They actually got to go to Disney too. I mean, I kind of like Disney. Oh man, is that Star Wars Outer Rim 2? I mean, I bet it's not even that good of a game. That's just ridiculous. I don't know anything about being ridiculous. Nope. No FOMO at all. None. Nope. Just normal weekend. Normal weekend. But I think I'm better now. Featured this week, we have Pangea by Red Imp Games, which is only slightly less depressing than not attending Dice Tower Con, as 2 to 4 researchers will be working to stop the next great extinction by running simulations on species previously inhabiting the supercontinent of Pangea. Players will work to adapt their species through drafting, populating, and controlling map areas, and trying to avoid those catastrophic events for 90 to 120 minutes, as a starting cost for this game is $55. Now, if that last game wasn't fancy enough for you, then maybe Pret-a-Porter by Portal Games will be elegant enough for you, as 2 to 4 fashionistas design their new clothing line by strategically picking textiles on the market while trying to draft employees, contracts, and fashion designs for 90 to 120 minutes, as players will try to gain the most prestige by showing off their collection at 4 different fashion shows. Players who want to design trendy items in this game need to start by pledging $60. Next up, we have Cryptex by Inside the Box Board Games, which is for 1 to 5 wily archaeologists looking to solve the notes of their missing professor, as players will be using the contents of this box along with a companion app to solve 51 puzzles for about 7 to 10 hours, using pattern recognition, route building, and a combined answers and clues. in this narrative adventure that starts at $26. And lastly, we don't have a game, but we do have a game table with Game Toppers 2.0 by Game Toppers LLC, which is a tabletop solution for those gamers that need to have their gaming tables on the go. Or perhaps you're just looking to upgrade your table at home for a very inexpensive starting cost of $399. They also have some really sweet game mats available along with storage solutions and some really awesome premium new table topper designs. So check those out. Thanks so much for joining me this week, guys. If you want to know more about any of the Kickstarters that you saw here today, then join me at noon on Friday at gloryhound.com as we talk about all of these Kickstarters in depth and if we would back them or not. And since it is a live show, you guys get to comment and tell us what you guys think about these Kickstarters. Other than that, I will see you guys all next week.
Tiny Battle Publishing. Do I like them? Of course I like them. Let me show you a couple of games I have. Attack of the 50-Foot Colossi. Science fiction, you battle rock monsters. Rifles in the Ardennes. An abstracted Battle of the Bulge game. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. A part of the Dream Team. Fred Manzo's Space Vermin from Beyond. 1950s, B-movie, sci-fi, easy peasy. You want to fight in the city in Iraq? Sure, the Battle for Ramadi is a solo game. You're fighting in an urban landscape, and you know what? Don't hit a mosque, because you lose. World War I, in the trenches. World War IV. Yeah, 3 happened. We got decimated, but there's still people around. I have enough games from Tiny Battle Publishing. Why do I need to buy any more? But then they do this to me last week. Oh, what did they do? Well, my little living roadkill, they put out another game. The Dream Team did. Herman Luttman's The Devils to Pay the First Day at Gettysburg, and it comes in a small little cute box. Oh my god, that's such a cute box! I want the box! You want the box? I'll give you the box! So what you get in the box are 6 dice, a half counter sheet for the Union side, and a half counter sheet for the Confederate side, the Rebels. And the rule book, very small, with big pictures, easy to learn, and it's got this chit pull system. What's a chit pull system, pa? You take some chits, you put it in a cup, and you pull a chit out. That's what it is. Those weren't chits, they were blocks. It's just an example, you blind bat. And sometimes when you do pull these chits out, bad things are gonna happen. They have events, like your general gets shot by one of your guys. Friendly fire. And when you pull out the Rebel Yell chit, well, when you're next to the Unions, you Rebel Yell, and you kill them. There's even a tutorial scenario where basically they walk you through it, and they tell you how to set up your game. What chit in what hex. And a beautiful hand-drawn map of Gettysburg by Rick Barber. That's where General Lee had his headquarters at Gettysburg, and that's Mrs. Thompson House, and there it is on the map. You get charts, player aids, setup notes. This is a great game. All the attention to detail. Fantastic. Tiny Battle Publishing. Check them out. Lots of bang for your buck here. I'll see you next week. Ciao!
His dad is mean.
It's a glimpse into a scary world.
I want to play games with that guy, man.
With the dad or the kid?
The dad. No, I mean, not you.
With the only person who was in that video. They're the same person.
No!
Not one of the characters.
Have you ever heard of Clark Kent?
He's an ordinary newspaper reporter.
You got.
Alrighty, guys, thanks so much for watching Board Game Breakfast Live. Thanks for putting up with our glitches, but we managed to get everyone in the show. Of course, the Board Game Breakfast comes out twice a week. There will be a show on Monday also. And just as a reminder, I'll talk about it a little bit more in depth on Monday, but there's still that contest going on for the tabletoppers from Berkey's thing. Cool. So you can go check out all that information at his website. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for a back talk. And of course, lots of videos going up today and tomorrow. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
Sam Healy. See you on the flip side, folks. Take care.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vassell and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer. And you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production, sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., an amazing place to buy board games. Cool stuff in stock at coolstuffinc.com.